What's up, beer leaguers? BLT goalie Brian, BLT goalie Jesus, Freddie, my ever-present sidekick. Are you the sidekick or am I a sidekick?
Co-host, not sidekick.
So it's like the Avengers.
Counterpart. Yeah, we're like, yeah, exactly.
Okay. Is
You're
it like
you're my Black
Hulk,
Widow.
Thor? Dude, really? Black Widow?
Well, you're the sexy one, so.
Don't you lie to me. So, welcome back to another episode of Crease Keepers. Again, Nick and the girls, thanks for having us back for a, what's this, number
5 or 6
5?
or something, I forget. We've
Um,
burned a couple, so.
we have had some serious hits on some of these videos.
It's good there.
A couple of them have over 300 views, which is solid for a goalie. We know there's more of you guys out there, so if you like the show, love the show, dislike the show, share it if you love it, share it if you hate it, and we don't mind if you talk shit on it. We'll be happy to rebuke.
Yeah, it's 90%
And,
of the whole thing.
If there's, again, as always, if there's stuff that you guys want to see on here, comment below and let us know what you want to see. If you have a comment about something we're talking about, because we try and be as interactive as possible, don't worry, interactive shows are coming. We want to hear from you. We want to hear about your stories. We have some great comments from some of the shows, and just keep them rolling in. We're pretty quick to respond to anybody who comments on there. So, unfortunately, and you never want to talk about anything like this. There was a tragedy in the hockey community.
Yeah.
The Humboldt Broncos, which is a junior team up in Canada, they up in Saskatchewan.
Yes.
They were traveling to a game. Their bus collided with a semi, and we lost. I think the count's up to 15.
16 now.
16 members of the team lost their lives.
One personal or physical trainer or whatever. She passed away.
Awful to think about.
Yeah.
It hits really hard for a lot of us hockey parents. For those of us that play juniors, for those of us that you know what, there is no divider. It's hard for the entire hockey community to stomach something like this. It's a premature loss of life. They lost their head coach. They lost some of their support staff. They lost players. One of the two goaltenders, Parker Tobin, lost his life. Promising young goaltender, was having a really good season. And
That was rough, man.
it's never easy. But the outpouring of love and support from the hockey community around the world has been overwhelming. You have companies that are making specialized T-shirts and hats and bracelets and things like that. Just to name a few, Monster Hockey's donating proceeds from any of their sales. When you use the code, we'll have that on the synopsis for the video. If you guys want, there's a GoFundMe page set up for the parents. I know Bring Hockey Back has a T-shirt out. Gong Show has a hat. Hoodies available only in Canada for those of you guys up and above the border.
I know.
Grab one of those jerseys.
Pirani's Hockey World.
They're
making custom jerseys.
Yes.
So, I guess it's $60 or $65 Canadian. But you got to pay a little extra for the shipping, no matter where they're going.
You know what? It doesn't matter.
All the proceeds are going to the whole.
I bought a shirt. I bought a hat. Brody wanted a hoodie. I couldn't find one.
Yep.
So I got a kid's from their actual the Broncos site. I got a shirt for him. There's been a lot of movement started as well. It's not just the charitable aspect. Which, if you see something. Hockey's already expensive. We understand that. We know that. We play. My kid plays. I get it. But if it was anybody else, they would do it for you. So we encourage, here at Crease Keepers, we encourage you guys to donate to the GoFundMe page if you can. Grab yourself a shirt, because a lot of the companies, whatever they make off the shirt is going right to the GoFundMe page no matter what. So shirts, hats, everything that you're buying for this charitable aspect that these companies are doing, the money's going right to the GoFundMe page, or it's going right to one of the receiving charities for the team. It's to help the parents out. no parent ever wants to, it's a child's job to bury the parent. No parent ever wants to bury their child.
Yep.
So these costs, the money that's raised is going towards doing a great deal of good for these families and trying to help them not have to worry about that monetary aspect of this horrible event that happened and the loss of life, especially a promising team of brothers. I mean, you saw they all died. They all bleached their hair, together as a team. There's things in hockey. We are singular in our ability to act as a family and play as a family. It doesn't matter where you go or what you do. If you know somebody in hockey, you instantly, you might disagree on what team you like, but in the very end of it, down in the nitty gritty of it, hockey players stick together. That's the one thing about our sport that a lot of other sports can't say is that, no matter where you are, what you do, where you're from, what level you played at, if you play hockey, you're part of the family. And
if I've read today that a lot of the people that are leaving their sticks out, scumbags are stealing them now.
Yeah.
So don't be one of those people, man. Don't.
You're gonna get them anywhere.
Don't go and steal something for people that are actually just trying to do something to.
It's so that being said, a few of the movements that have started for this to show solidarity with the Humboldt Broncos is leave your sticks out, and it's a very touching movement. It started with a friend of an NHL broadcaster or a radio broadcaster for one of the NHL teams. He posted up on his Instagram. It's a thoughtful reminder, leaving your sticks out on the porch with the porch light on, so that no matter where the boys from Humboldt that they lost decide that they want to play hockey, whether it be at home or anywhere now that they've passed away, that there's sticks out there for them to have a game. I myself put one out at work. I wasn't able to do it at home. My kid put his goalie stick out on the porch. There's just been thousands of families putting their sticks out, and it's hashtag put your sticks out, hashtag Humboldt Broncos, sticks out for Humboldt. Then there was a large movement today of kids wearing their hockey jerseys to school today. We're also wearing ours tonight as a memorial to the boys that we lost and the staff members of the Humboldt Broncos that we lost. My kid was excited about this because he got to go in and he got to talk. I asked him, I said, bro, what did you do today with your jersey? And he said, I told my friends why I was wearing it, and my teacher said that was really nice, and just getting the word out like that maybe cause for, I guess, some more awareness as to what happened, and no matter what you do as a good person, as a charitable person, no matter what you do in life, there's always going to be this other side of the coin. So like Freddie said, this is a cause of awareness. If you see sticks out on the porch over the next couple days or the next week or so with the light on, don't be a scumbag. Don't be a jerk off and go stealing somebody's sticks. I can't stand people who take advantage of good people like this and good-natured acts. You get it with any charity. People try and take advantage of the money coming in, or they try and fake something, or it's just a god-awful thing to do. And I posted on my Twitter today some scumbag woman who's a social justice warrior. Now, listen, this is nothing against social justice warriors. I myself don't have a care in the world about what you want to post on the internet.
Yep.
But when you try and turn a horrible tragedy into an agenda about these boys, them just being boys, them being of a certain race, which not all of them were, that it's just about the boys, wrong. Their trainer was a female. It wasn't about how young they were, because staff members died that were over 18, some of them older middle-aged men. So why do people feel the need to do things like that, other than they just want to get in
someone's attention?
Yeah, it's an attention-seeking act. You get used. I'm not normally one to get on that rant, but that really bothered me today, and
trying to take away from people's grieving and mourning.
Yeah, people are grieving about the loss of their sons, their fathers, their brothers, their uncles. their cousins, things like that. This horrible loss of life that happened, and you want to make this into an agenda. Well, you know what? Courtesy of the Crease keepers, at least this side of them, fuck you. That's all I'm going to say about that. So back to what I was talking about originally. The sticks out. Good on you, everybody that did it. It's a fantastic memorial to the boys and showing strength and solidarity in hockey world with the families from Humboldt. Great on the kids for wearing their jerseys to school. Great on you guys for wearing your jerseys to work, around the house, whatever it is. And everybody that's donating to the GoFundMe to help these families out, great. If you get a chance to, grab yourself a Humboldt Broncos t-shirt, grab yourself a Humboldt Broncos hat, jersey, hoodie, whatever you can do. We listed a couple more we said a couple of the companies. We'll get a longer list.
Do you see Barstools?
Yes.
Saturdays are for the Broncos.
Yes, that was a fantastic. See, I wish I had more money. I would buy them all, but I'm already overloaded on t-shirts. So I bought one. I bought a hat, and Gong Show's hats flew off the shelf.
Yeah.
They said they had a record sale the first wave, so I pre-ordered a second wave hat. Grab yourself some merchandise, show support, post your pictures up on the Crease Keepers on BLT Goalie Brian or BLT Goalie Jesus, either our Instagram or our Twitter. Show us your Humboldt pride, show us your support of the Broncos, and we'll post all that stuff up on our social media outlets. The Facebook page, the Instagrams, the Twitters, everything. So, moving on to a lighter topic, I felt the need that we had to talk about that and spread a little bit of awareness about what happened. I know everybody's talking about it. Everybody's probably heard. So moving on to a huge event in all of us hockey players' lives every year. Yep. The playoffs have begun. It is the most wonderful time of the year.
If you're not a Philly.
Besides getting new gear. And it rhymed. That was pretty good. Yes. Unfortunately, by the time you guys will have watched this, the Flyers and the Penguins have played their first game, and it was an absolute shit show on Philadelphia's part. We were outplayed from the net all the way up. Sidney Crosby was absolutely unstoppable last night. Evgeny Malkin put a crazy backhander, top shelf, far side. I know this is a goalie show, but just a show of force.
That's my problem. That one I don't think should have went in. Motherfucker, dude, he was 50 feet from the net.
It's a deceptive. The backhand is probably the most deceptive shot that we face.
It is, but
it's also the hardest to read.
I know.
I know for a fact that Elliott was already sinking in quicksand. I've talked about this 1,000 times.
Quicksand. He had concrete tied around his ankles.
I can't really blame him for what happened, though, because a lot of that stuff was a breakdown. Like the first goal, he made that first save, and that second shot was allowed to happen.
I know, but still, just like with us, it's playoffs. You got to come up big.
Yeah, you got to come ready to play.
I'm not here to start.
And who did come ready to play?
Injury. He still hasn't been, but he's not back to his normal form yet. He's still getting the rust off.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, do you want the rusty-ass goaltender to go start against?
Again, you got to weigh your options. Do you want to have?
Then you got Mrazek, who's just going to shit the bed anyway.
You don't know which one he's going to get. He's like Jekyll and Hyde, but probably the problem is that Dr. Jekyll shows up more than Hyde does.
Yeah. He's been pulled 2 out of 3 times.
Or how does that analogy work? Is Hyde the good one or Hyde the bad one?
Dr. Jekyll is the good guy.
Okay, so you get Hyde. Hyde shows up all the time.
There you go.
At least the last week. Although he did look kind of sharp last night. He made some really good saves. He got scored on, I think 3 goals scored on him.
2, right?
2 or 3.
2.
When he came in to relieve Elliott. I'll tell you what. Dubnyk, Hellebuck, even though there was about 5 goals scored on each side on them two, that was a goaltender's duel. Yep. And the same thing out in Vegas.
That was an awesome game.
Marc-Andre Fleury was stellar. Jonathan Quick was better. Problem is that he was on the receiving end of a bad double deflection. Yeah. So, unfortunately, the Kings lost to the Vegas Golden Knights in the Vegas Golden Knights' first ever. And let me tell you, did you see the opening act?
I don't care what anyone says. I love that thing. It was so. All I could think of was medieval times.
That's all I could think of. That's all I could think of.
Which brought me to the cable guy which remember to Jim Carrey beating the ever-living shit out of Matthew Broderick in the movie. That's all I can think about.
So if you guys weren't able to catch it, the opening, go look it up on YouTube. The opening, all I could call it is an act. The opening show for the Vegas Golden Knights' first ever playoff game was, it was something out of like medieval times with the music and the acting. They had a knight come out on the ice and he was facing off against a dark warrior from the LA Kings.
The Golden Knight stabs the ice and the lights from above make the crack on the ice and circle the K.
Oh my God!
I mean,
the visual effects, the acting that like they had. I mean, it was all. They had their own drum line.
They did, look. I gotta give them credit. It was original, and it was something different. It was something besides a 2-minute and 30-second song with a whole bunch of little clips from the season and the player names.
Right.
Like, all right.
So we had. We have a couple of our local refs checking in the door. They put on the best show I think the NHL's ever done, but it's Vegas. You can't. You knew they were going to do something big. I expected the Blue Man Group to have a contest.
Tom Jones out on the ice singing the national anthem.
They could have done anything. They could have had any of their acts come out.
Wayne Newton.
Yeah, and then Jeremy Roenick, in his first bid for being relevant ever in the last 10 years, comes out and rolls their siren, whatever the heck that's what I don't understand. Everything is like medieval times, castle structure. They got knights running around, and then they got just a weird like tornado siren out of it's funny because they always have a star doing it. It's always some celebrity.
It's a gimmick.
Yeah, it's a great gimmick. It's kind of like, well, I mean, the Blue Jackets have the cannon,
but that's
but that goes along with the Blue Jackets because it's Civil War esque. So 5 out of the 7 goaltenders that played last night played stellar. Marc-Andre Fleury had this awesome little flip where he paddled the ball. Yeah, he paddled the puck up with his stick twice and then caught it for a stoppage. Jonathan Quick played out of his mind, ripped the puck out of the air. In the third period, I believe it was. I mean, he
looked
played
like his old self.
Yeah, he played to form on his first Stanley Cup year when he got the Conn Smythe Trophy. Yeah. When he basically walked the Kings into the playoffs against Brodeur.
Grab on, boys.
Exactly. So that double deflection doesn't go in. I anticipate that entire game that game goes to overtime, 0-0, and we get our first overtime game for the Knights. And if Quick continues to play like this, he's going to be very hard to beat. But again, at the other end, Marc-Andre Fleury is playing solid. He's playing,
Vezina candidate.
Yeah. Vezina candidate. He's got so many Stanley Cups. It doesn't work like that, Nick. We already went through that. I'm not going to start yelling about it. So, being that it's playoff time and things are ramping up and everybody's watching the NHL now and everybody's a fan, so everybody's doing their playoff picks. Two Pump Chump did his, so the Crease Keepers have done our own.
Oh, yeah.
And we'll see how well we do. And then each round we'll do our picks and see how well that works out. So, do you want to go first?
Yeah, sure.
Start with the East.
All right, well, I got Philly, Pittsburgh. Sadly, I'm going to say Pittsburgh in 5. As much as I want Philly to win.
We're going to get run out of town. You realize that, right?
Look, sometimes the truth hurts. What are you going to do when you have a goal? Our goaltending situation.
Let us clarify.
We
are diehard Flyers fans, but we're also realistic.
Yeah.
And we are, while we hope the Flyers pull out an upset and completely trash Crosby and
I don't care if they
Penguins.
lose next series.
Right. I want to beat the Penguins.
Pittsburgh, that's winning the cup to me.
Actually, I would like to beat Pittsburgh and Boston, and then whoever we place in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Look, I mean, that's a lot of more.
Let's just get this out of the way right now. We are not caving on our team. We are not, we want our team to win.
Dude,
realistically.
Our goaltending situation and our defensive, we have nothing.
Our offense can't even get a shot on net.
I know. Our defense is letting up way too many soft chances, and our goaltending's just not. No one can bail anybody else.
So let's end that conversation with this. We are diehard Philadelphia fans. We want the Flyers to win. We want them to beat the Pens. But as a hockey show, a goalie show, and a hockey show, we have to be as realistic as possible. And right now, the way the Penguins are playing, Not saying that the Flyers can't play to that level, but we haven't seen it. And it's been a up and down kind of season. Again, another Jekyll and Hyde show. And last night, Hyde showed up big time. 7-0 against the Penguins. Again, you guys are going to rip all over us saying that Crosby's batting pucks out of the air and Malkin's throwing 50-foot backhanders that are going in. Everything was against the Flyers. Nothing worked. Giroux couldn't get himself set. Voracek was way too wide the entire night. Elliott couldn't stop a goddamn beach ball. And it's not totally his fault because the effort was there. It's just that it was one of them nights where nothing he did, no matter how hard he fought it, nothing was working. So
hopefully he bounces back.
You have him in what, 5?
Pittsburgh in 5.
You have Pittsburgh in 5. You're counting on the Flyers winning at least one game at home.
I'm guessing they're getting one home game.
I've got a little bit more leeway.
Wells Fargo is crazy.
I agree, but I'm giving the Flyers a little bit more of a chance. I'm saying, I said this before the game even happened yesterday. I said Penguins in 6. Yeah. So I'm saying that we take one in Pittsburgh, we take one in Philly, and we ultimately
they get the rest.
Yeah. So
yeah, but that means they're going to win it in Philly.
Unfortunately, yes, but I can't see that series going to 7.
No, got no. Then we got what, Columbus and Washington, which overtime right now for that game anyway.
I am going historically with this.
Capitals, and then they're going to lose next round?
No, I am going to, just that the Capitals can't do anything in the playoffs. I got the Blue Jackets at 6.
Me too.
I'm a Bob fan. Yep. I think he finally turns it on after getting experience last year.
Yeah, and he has been shaky in the playoffs 2 seasons in a row.
I think this is the year where he finally solidifies everything.
I hope he does.
I think that I think Bob finally puts his shit together, and I think that I'm not going to say he's going to pull a Jonathan Quick, where he is an unstoppable force in the playoffs. I think he plays solid enough to get him to the next round. I've got Blue Jackets in 6.
Nope, me too.
Okay.
Lightning and Devils.
What do you got?
I got sweep by the Lightning.
You got 4 games for the Lightning.
4 games for the Lightning.
Okay. I was going to give the Devils the benefit of the doubt because I'm hoping that Schneider finds his legs. He just actually, it was weird for me. We're actually, at the time of this taping, it's the day of the Devils Lightning first game. We already know the outcome. They already lost. The Devils already lost. But Schneider, which getting a little of a tangent here, Schneider was trying new pads out today.
That's dumb.
Yeah, I don't understand the logic behind that. Maybe he's trying to shake things up. Maybe the old pads just don't feel right to him.
Schneider played, not Kincaid?
I believe Schneider played tonight.
Start?
I'd have to double check.
Keep going. I'm looking real quick. I don't know.
He was seen at practice today with new CCM pads on. Now, I get it. You want to try new shit, and if things just aren't working right, sometimes goalies are just
quirky.
Yeah, they want to figure something out. So if the pads really, Tim Thomas was notorious for it. He'd wear 5, 6, 7 different types of gear all at once.
Look how that worked out for him.
He'd have like Vaughn pads on. He'd have Passot blocker, and he'd be all over the place.
Yeah, Schneider didn't play.
Oh, okay. Well, then maybe that's why he's. Yeah. That. Remember that. Hold on. Let me write that down because I got a little story for everybody about Mr. Kincaid. That we'll talk about in a little bit, and it's a fabulous story, and I'm so proud of him. And he's going to get an attaboy from us. So do me a favor while I'm talking about the next series. Look up Kincaid.
Is it the tweet thing?
Yeah, the tweet. Look up her name.
Okay.
So the final series for the East that we're going to talk about is the Bruins-Toronto series. This was going to be, and to quote the great Jim Ross from WWF, it's going to be a slobber knocker, and it already has become one. What the heck's Kadri's first name? Nazem Kadri is going to be suspended after the dirtbag hit he put on one of the Boston players tonight. A completely vulnerable Boston player. Now, as Flyers fans, we have a huge rivalry with Boston, but they're one of the best towns to go to watch a Flyers-Boston game. because they hate us as much as we hate them, but they're just as soon to go to the bar with us after the game's over. I have Bruins Toronto going to 7.
I got Bruins in 5.
You got Bruins at 5? Okay. I got that series going a long haul because I think it's going to be a scoring fest on both sides come game 2. We already know the outcome of game 1. I think game 2, Toronto steps up and takes it to the big bad Bruins. So,
Okay.
moving on to the West.
Yep. I got who else Winnipeg playing?
It's the Jets and the Wild.
That's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, because it was Dubnyk and Hellebuyck last night.
I got the Jets in 6.
My little secret thing. I would love to see Winnipeg go from nowhere all the way to the final.
Yeah, because
I want Hellebuck because as great as Rene, Bob, all of them are, I would love to see because he was kind of like
Hellebuck's a sleeper. He
was that dark horse all season. I would love to see him.
But you know what? He was playing so well, and he played under the radar because he was
on Winnipeg.
Yeah, and he was playing just good enough to get the wins, and he's playing. I got the pleasure of me and Brody got tickets for Christmas to go watch the Flyers and the Jets. It was Kids Day, so we had amazing seats. We were right behind Hellebuck, and Brody was freaking out because he'd been watching videos about him on YouTube. And he's like, Dad, Hellebuck's playing. I was like, all right. So he's on his phone, like taking pictures of him, video and everything. And the Flyers won, but Hellebuck played amazing. Regardless of how the outcome of the game went, Hellebuck played. Hellebuck's not the reason that they lost that game to the Flyers. The Jets are the reason he lost that game to the Flyers because Hellebuck was the only reason that didn't turn into a rout. So I have the Jets in 7. I also want to see Hellebuck win. Not that I don't want to see Dubnyk get his due, but. I have Hellebuck taking it.
And we got what? Vegas and LA.
The Knights versus the Kings.
What you got?
I've got the Kings taking it in 5.
I got Vegas taking it in 5.
We'll see how that one. I will bet you a
6-pack or something. Or 4-pack. Gentleman's 4-pack?
Yeah, I'll do a 4-pack because then I can drink the other 2.
There you go.
Actually.
Or the 5-pack.
Not that you want to hear this or anybody else wants to hear this, but I have to lay off the booze.
No. You don't have to. You're choosing to.
No, I have to lay off the booze because I have to start getting. Well, all right, so we'll get on.
Cutting season? Is that what?
Yeah, it's. I gotta get my beach bottle on. So I have the Kings in 5. The way that Quick played last night, I have them taking it 4 straight games after tonight or after last night. They have the experience in the playoffs. They have the talent.
Also, Doughty's suspended next game.
What's that?
Drew Doughty got suspended for next game.
They did suspend him?
Due to his high hit.
It was not a high hit.
He called the shoulder first, I know, but it was still a high. I'm just saying what the league said.
So, it was a blatant. It was a textbook
their
check.
Number 1 defenseman is not playing tomorrow.
I still think they can win. They have the pieces. They have the goaltending. Their defense is still solid even without Doughty.
I just like Vegas.
What was the
young.
suspension for? 1?
Yeah.
1. Oh, all right. So he'll be back for game 3.
Dude, Vegas is young, fast as shit.
They're opportunistic. They're like vultures.
Dude, they're skilled as hell.
Yeah.
Even like Belmar, I'm like, what? He's
Did you see his goal last night?
I'm like, what? Wow, dude, I love it.
Okay.
Got,
what about Nashville, Colorado?
Preds in 5, man.
Currently tied at this moment right now.
I
have Nashville in 5.
Colorado's come back a lot. Their season they turned it around a lot. Last season they were like Arizona.
Yeah, but they were the worst team at the beginning of the season. They turned it on in the second half. It was, an amazing effort. Don't get me wrong. We love to see what the Colorado Avalanche did to get into the playoffs at the last minute, but we're going with statistics here and how solid Rene and the Nashville Predator team plays. Not to mention the psychological edge that Nashville has in their own house.
Yeah.
We come from a town that absolutely hates everybody that we play. And we let them know that. Back in the 70s, players would get what was called the Philadelphia flu. They just would all of a sudden be too sick to play. Some teams still get that. Some young rookies that come into our house and they see the way the fans act. Philadelphia is notorious. I had the pleasure of going to a Nashville Predators game when I was down there for the Heroes Cup tournament. I can tell you right now, they are the craziest bunch of fans. that I've ever seen. They have a 5-minute chant after every time Nashville scores just to taunt the goalie. It's amazing. It gets a little annoying when they score 7, but whatever.
Right.
I mean, that's their thing. I have Nashville in 5.
They put a live tag for catfish.
Yes.
I saw that. I was like, okay.
I have Nashville winning it in 5.
Yeah.
I think the playoff experience comes to the forefront. I think that Rene steps it up even more than he normally does because he's been to the playoffs how many times now, and he's been solid, even for a guy who doesn't have a ton of a playoff experience. Yep. And he single-handedly willed them into the Stanley Cup last year. So I have Nashville in 5. Yep. I think that experience, goaltending, and overall talent takes a hot streak at the end of the season.
And you got Ducks and Sharks.
I got the Ducks in 6. The Sharks always find a way to lose.
I got the Ducks in 7.
I don't think that series is going to 7. I don't think the Sharks have it.
Either way, I don't think either one of those teams are going to be relevant after next series.
I would agree with you. I agree that I would say whoever wins out of the series is getting eliminated following because they're both weaker teams. Sorry to any San Jose / Anaheim fans that are watching the show. But
join us. Come have a beer and watch the games at the bar with us.
Yeah. First round's on us. So that's our tournament pick, or that's our Stanley Cup pick so far for the first round. And come next round, we will give you our picks for who's going to win that one. So we got that out of the way. So me and Fred had the pleasure of playing together, just like old times when you had a backup and or a partner in goal. At the Flyers Adult Classic Tournament, brought to you by USA Hockey. It was held at the Flyers practice facility in Voorhees, New Jersey, and it was an awesome tournament.
That was amazing.
I have nothing bad to say about the tournament.
No.
It was awesome. So Friday, you go, you sign in, you get a swag bag and an umbrella, a Flyers umbrella, which is pretty cool.
Hat.
You get a shirt, you get a USA Hockey hat, which USA Hockey hat was awesome. I've never seen it before, so I can't wait to wear that when I ref. What else did we get?
Jersey, socks.
Yeah, we got jerseys, socks. They were comfy jerseys, but kind of a crop top for me and you.
No,
the goalie
mine
cuts.
was baggy as hell.
It
was nice. I like it.
What else did we get in the bag? T-shirt, hat.
I don't remember.
So
I got all. That was at the
that was at the
party.
The party. So after our first game, they invited us to dinner, and they had a catered dinner at the rink.
Open bar.
Open bar. Oh, not to mention when you get into the locker room, two former Flyers bring you a cooler full of beer and water. It doesn't get any better than that.
Well, the water was only for the first game on the second day because
everybody was dehydrated.
Yeah. It was just to help cure that hangover.
Well, we'll get to that. So
half our team slept in the parking lot.
Yeah, it was a rough patch, but well deserved. So on the first night, so you get there, you get your swag bag, you go in, you dress, you do your first game, and then they have this great dinner for you, great food. You get a Q&A session with 3 former Flyers. It was Brad Marsh, Bob the Hound Kelly, and Todd Fedoruk. Sharing some awesome stories. Not that our team or table was listening because we were too busy building like a 45, 50 beer can pyramid. Among
3 deep.
Yeah, it might have been more than 50. I don't remember, but
I just remember doing tag
how many
team.
people were at the table? There weren't that many people at the table.
Most.
Like 7 or 8 people. And we were just destroying beers, and it was all you can drink. So we're like laughing, yucking it up. The one girl on our team, Britt's snorting every time she laughs. And the Flyers up at the front aren't even paying any attention to us.
As the fridge is trying to talk about caving someone's head in on the ice, and he's just got 6 people laughing over top of him.
Yeah, we were paying no mind, and we were feeling no pain. And then on top of that, they were just feeding us more beer and more beer and more beer. We were walking up there, grabbing 6 cans at a time, coming back to the table. We filled up our personal cooler, which was awesome. We took that out to the parking lot. We continued to drink. I stole a cookie tray. That was clutch.
Yeah.
I just kind of picked it up, walked out. It was a whole gigantic tray of cookies.
Oh,
I was like,
really?
"Ooh, these look good."
Then we stayed in the best part about that was our game was at 3:00 in the afternoon. It was 8:30 when someone finally, and when we're already out in the parking lot. This is post.
Yeah, so
8:30.
Played our
Someone
game at
goes,
3.
"What time is it?" And the guy's like, "It's got to be like 11." No, man, it's 8:30. Well, didn't realize that you were drinking for over 7 hours because you get to the rink early.
Yeah.
Got to have one or two.
Get to the rink early. You have your beers. You play your game and drink on the. Me and Fred were drinking during the game. I played the first game. We won.
Smoked the second game. You're welcome. Won the third game. Got us to the playoffs, and then you lost it for us.
Oh, hold on. If I remember correctly, I let up less goals than you
Yeah, probably.
against the same team. Which, okay, so we're getting ahead of
But our
ourselves.
team played a lot different for that game.
Yeah, we also lost our best player on a bullshit call.
Your boys.
So we get done. We get done our game. We keep drinking. We watch another game. We go out in the parking lot waiting for dinner. We're drinking in the parking lot. We drink at dinner, after dinner, and everybody shows up the next day, and they're all hungover. And
They show up in body, but not spirit.
yeah, so we get wrecked by this team who's been playing tournament hockey together forever, and they're perennial champs at like men's league.
Yeah,
they play
checking for
here,
charity.
checking for charity. They play in other charity tournaments around here. They played in this one. So the game that we played against, so Freddie gets shellacked by them on Saturday morning. Everybody's hungover. It is what it is. I was there on the bench, and the team did not play well in front of them. This team just had their way with us. Going to the second game in the afternoon, I unfortunately wasn't able to be there. I had a family event I had to go to, but Freddie closed it down, held the fort, got us to the championship on Sunday. Sunday morning we get there, or Sunday morning I'm supposed to play, and I got a miscommunication saying that the game is at 10:15, the game is at 9:45, so at 9:30, Fred's like, "Where the fuck are you?" And I'm like, "I'm down the street," and I had to motor to the rink. Thankfully, the game started later than it was supposed to, so I got a chance to get on the ice, warm up, and everything, so we didn't miss anything. Played the same team that we got shellacked on by on Friday, or on Saturday morning, and the game was a lot closer than the score would let on because they got 3 or 4 like fluky, shitty goals, and it was just. I mean, we could have won. We could have won that game if our guy didn't get kicked out, and there was a couple of those goals don't go in.
When you're 5 minutes into a championship game and your guy gets kicked out because he says that call is fucking retarded.
Yeah.
That when you get 2 in a game misconduct. Because you said the call was fucking retarded. I get the whole no derogatory term. It's a championship game in a, like, we're feeding people alcohol beer league tournament.
Yeah,
Like,
I agree.
You gotta have
it was
a little bit of
it was an oversensitive call.
And then just throughout that game, there was, 13 penalties called?
We had more penalties called in the
13
championship game than
in
we
the
had
whole
all
tournament.
weekend. And that includes other games. I think 2 penalties were called on Saturday.
Yeah.
Amongst how many games?
Yeah. And everyone
So-
got real butthurt, and then the rest were just calling everything. The best was, it was always, so we had our top 2 skaters. The one guy lived in the penalty box after the first guy got kicked out.
Right.
So we were down to just one solid skater.
Yep.
The other guy, Alex, got called on. He wasn't even near the play on the one.
Right.
And then the other one, it got to the point where, since I was on the bench drinking the whole time while you were playing,
Right.
I started chirping everything. So the ref that had the horrible call was in front of me on the ice because he was right at the blue line, blew the whistle for a penalty. Alex is sitting next to me like, "Alex, buddy, you got to go back to the penalty box. You got another penalty." And the ref looked over the boards at me because it was so funny. That's kind of funny.
So that was our
Well,
one of the wins that we took out of that weekend was
look, we came in second in hockey. Came in a landslide first. We ran the table with drinking.
We were actually complimented by one of the former Flyers when he was bringing beer into us, and he says, "You guys might not have won today, but you drank more beer than everybody else combined."
Yeah.
So we epitomized beer league that night or that day.
That
That
whole
whole
we go out.
weekend.
We went in a parking lot, and didn't Marchie have our consolation prize?
Oh, that's right. We
They gave us the second place trophy was just another 30-pack.
Sorry, getting communiques from outside the Crease Keeper's den again. So we go out to the parking lot after the game's over, and Brad Morris says to us, "You guys might not have won the cup, but we want to give you a second place consolation prize." And it was a 30 brick of Labatt Blue,
Damn right.
which was just awesome. And Bob Kelly says to us, he's like, "We're going to have to buy more beer if you guys are playing again next year." So that was our Flyers tournament in a nutshell.
Can't wait for
it was
next year.
awesome. Can't wait for next year. They did a fantastic job. Any of you goalies in the Philadelphia area want to put together a team and bring them up, it would be great to have more teams involved. We're coming back again. We have a drinking title to defend. So Flyers, expect the Breakfast Club to be back. So I talked about it earlier, and we're going to talk about it again. Well, we'll talk about it now. I know you're going to give me shit for it, but it's for my. It's for me. I have to do this for me. I have been having the problem, and I'm sure some of you beer league goalies can commiserate. Where I used to be in very good shape. When I played hockey at a competitive level, I was a lot different than I am right now. I actually played a lot better than I do right now, and I didn't have to hold my breath to tie my skates. Not a huge fan of that. It's annoying.
Are you seriously at that point?
Yes, I'm serious about that.
Well, dude,
you look at me like I got four heads.
You got to get dressed like the old timers do. You put your skates on first, keep the soakers on them so you can tie them, and then put your pants on.
Oh God, no! That's just too much work.
I'm telling you right now, it'll change your life.
I like keeping my skates where they are on my pads because once I get them dialed in with the house straps, I don't touch them or move them.
Oh yeah, you're one of those idiots.
Yeah, well,
They're dialed in. They're Velcro. You just.
Yeah, but it's hard to get them to sit right again. Once I get them where I want them, I want them to stay. You know what? Don't start with me about goalie equipment because you're the same way. If your shit's not dialed in, you play shitty, just like mine. Except my yeah, exactly. So I am on the road to what we're going to call this is Brian's road to skinny. And I don't anticipate getting skinny, but I anticipate losing some weight and getting in better shape because, surprise, surprise, over the summer I'm playing A-League with a lot of the guys from the hockey players from the rink are putting a team in the B/A League here. And I'm going to play for them.
I'm coming to a game.
I hope you come to all of them and harass the shit out of me. It's going to be fucking great for material.
One guy in this stand doing
the greatest part about this whole experience will be I'm going to lose a bunch of weight. I'm going to be working with PJ Diana, who runs the Players Academy, and PJ Diana's goalie school here at the rink, which is another segment we're going to do. I know we've been talking about it for a couple of weeks, but I'm trying to nail down a date that me and Freddie can get in there, work with him, work out in the gym.
Yeah, it's just hard because he's still getting everything.
Yeah, he's still setting everything up. They just opened up. They're trying to get their schedule down and everything. But now that summer's coming up, it's going to be a little bit more easy to get in there. So we'll be doing that. But I'm also going to be working with PJ from now up until when we start the A-League on my own ice stuff, kind of working out some kinks and getting rid of some bad habits that I've developed since I've been playing lower level beer league. Just because of getting lazy and out of shape. So
it's not even that. You kind of got to develop bad habits because it's
to play against
different.
bad habits. So that's going to be in every show segment. We'll update you on my progress and all that stuff. Not that you guys care, but it fills airtime.
We got to put you on a scale. Every episode we'll do a weigh in.
You start with your fucking pranks because if you put a sign on there around my weight that says one at a time, I'm going to fucking kick your ass.
No, me? No.
Yeah. The king of cruel pranks. So that'll be an every week segment up until A-League starts, and then I'll let you guys know how I did. If I'm getting shellacked every game and playing like dog shit, or if I'm actually succeeding and playing really well. I will be playing with other really good players. It's going to be a lot of fun, and the team wants to do like legit, like almost like travel hockey again, where we're going to be practicing one or two nights a week. Just the team, and then we play our games, and we're going to have our own locker room and everything, so it's going to be awesome.
Well, if you need a secondary goalie, if you guys do like a scrimmage or something like that.
PJ might play, but we have to see how his schedule is.
Yeah.
I will you'll be the first on my list to call, but you know who else might play is Briz. Might play.
Yeah, but I mean, like I said, if you want something that might be good.
Oh, I can't wait to show him this video so he could troll you on Twitter, just like he did to the Flyers today. Did you see that stuff?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so...
I'm still available if you guys want to throw some more money.
Brizgalov has trolled the Chicago Blackhawks, and he trolled the Philadelphia Flyers, both on Twitter, both to hilarious effect, saying that he is open and available for the goaltending services. So that's my journey to get back in shape and start playing at a higher level again before I get too old to actually do it. So as you can see, I'm wearing a really white for a hockey jersey that you would normally play in jersey. I just got my team's white alternate jerseys in, and my team's name is the Royals. And
2 more weeks, guys.
yeah, I have got nothing but shit from my team. So, boys, now that you're going to be watching the show, and you will watch this video to know that the jerseys are finally in. But you had to watch it you had to watch the episode this far just to figure it out.
Newsflash, big guy. You've been wearing the brand new jersey the entire episode.
I could have gotten this early. How are they going to know?
Right.
Anyway, they will be at the next game, you jerk-offs, and leave me the fuck alone now. Because the next time we order jerseys, one of you can do it, and I'm going to troll you every goddamn day. It's been nothing but, where are jerseys at? Where are the jerseys? Jerseys in yet? They take time to do. I warned you that they were going to take a couple weeks to do. They're sublimated.
I'm not even on your team, and I know for a fact it took over 2 months.
Fuck you.
Just saying.
You know, I haven't done one of these in a while. But you know what?
There we go.
Every time. This is why I don't like running a Ben's League team. This is why I don't like running anything.
Keys are coming off and everything on this
You know,
one?
fuck this. None of you assholes, or maybe you do, and maybe you're as aggravated as I am. If you run a team, the guys on your team should be thankful that they don't have to put up with the bullshit that you do. Chasing people around for money, putting in jersey orders, getting complaints about the jersey orders. It not happening fast enough. Guys not liking the talent that's on the team. Guys not liking the guys that you fill the roster with. Guys not liking how the money aspect comes into play. Well, guess what? Fuck yous. Why don't you try and do it? You know, running a team is not as easy as everybody thinks it is. It's one of the reasons why I hate running a team. But you know what? I like the team that I have, so I kept it going. I could have just said, fuck it, I'm out. And I would have walked away. But I didn't do that. I took over. I grabbed the reins. I made sure that everybody paid their shit. We didn't have to worry about money. I put a beer kitty together to make sure that there's beer there every game. And I even got us new jerseys at a cheaper price than you would ever imagine from Sweater Barn. So if you guys are looking for new jerseys and you don't like what you see on some of the other ones, these awesome sublimated jerseys, you can put anything you want on them. Ours were simplistic. We went with the Kings not Winter Classic, but their outdoor game jerseys with our simple Royals logo on the front. So if you guys are looking for jerseys and really well made ones, they're light. They don't sweat a lot. They dry out really easy from the guys that I know that have gotten them. They take about 6 weeks to come in for a new order. It's shorter than that once they have the order established. It's sweaterbarnhockey.com, and Mr. Purdy will take care of you. And so back to my rant. Fuck you guys and your complaints. You can take them and shove them up your ass. Next time somebody wants to start a team, you start it. I'm only going to show up and complain and goaltend. You don't like that? I'll walk out. Fuck you, and I'm taking the beer with me. Whew, man, I haven't done that in a while.
Just good though, right?
It does feel good.
Cleanse the soul.
Yeah. Anyway, so new jerseys, always a fun thing. Everybody always gets excited, especially when, team manager, the guy that runs the team, does, something special. Like goes in early in the locker room and hangs everybody's up on a hanger. So if you're looking for new jerseys, sweaterbarnhockey.com, get a hold of them, send them an email. They'll take good care of you. And, they did a fabulous job on ours. We got 2 different jerseys, dark and a light. The dark jersey fills in for our old dark jersey, and I might wind up getting myself a new dark jersey. The light jerseys came out fantastic. They're simple, they're light. I can't wait to try and play in one. I might do it at Open Hockey tomorrow, just to see how it feels.
It'll probably be a lot like our Christmas ones.
Yeah, it's actually the same materials as the Christmas ones. It's nice. So, we're probably running out of time, but new gear season is upon us.
Damn. Well, new hand-me-down season.
Yes, new to me season, new to me gear season is upon us. This is the season that all older goalies that have a little bit of smarts about them.
Yeah, your tax return time.
Yes, it's the poor man's lottery time. So what happens in new to me gear season, if some of you guys aren't aware, and it's a great time for guys that are looking for new gear that might not otherwise have the opportunity to get pro stock or really high level gear. The spoiled brats that play juniors and high level hockey and everything, whose parents buy them everything, you can usually kind of, through all the goalie websites and everything on Facebook, you can usually connive yourself a nice set of gear for less than $1,000. Whereas in some of it, you may get, it might be almost brand new because they may have gotten gear mid-season, which then they're at playoff time and they want to sell their old gear because they're getting new gear for playoffs, and you can make a steal. If you, the trained eye and the trained goaltender can usually get a really nice set for a little bit of money. So keep your eyes open for that, guys. I've gotten some really clutch sets for a little bit of money.
I've gotten one or two.
Yeah, so it's almost awesome to go online and see it and go, oh, hey, that's what I've been looking for. And it's almost brand new, and it's really affordable. So keep your eyes peeled for that on some of the goalie sites on Facebook and otherwise. And, send us pictures of your new gear and let us know if you got a really good deal on it. I figured.
Yep.
We're not going to ruin it for you guys, but, one of our predictions is right on schedule. So, new gear season, new to me gear season is upon us, and good luck to all you guys and happy hunting. I know I'll be eyeing up some new stuff and probably not able to buy it.
Dude, I'm telling you, man, do my move. You have your set of gear. I love trying different equipment, different technology, stuff like that. That's why I've got my Vaughns, and then I just got the 1S's.
Mm-hmm.
So those are actually really nice. I wanted to see what the big deal was. They're actually pretty nice.
Well,
They
we're gonna
fall apart easy as hell.
We're gonna work on them. We'll do a gear review for them. That was Mike Poole and Chucky, two other refs. So go away. We're doing a show.
Doing a show?
Yeah. So going on to the Kincaid story.
Well,
So for those of you guys who don't know, the goaltender from the New Jersey Devils, Kincaid, was tweeted by
Taylor Acorn.
and she basically said, how many retweets or tweets do I have to get before I can go to date? And he responded with, who needs tweets? How about Chipotle? Or something to that effect. But it was probably the most boss move I've ever seen by a goalie on social media, period. It deserved the shout out. And to Kincaid, at Blockade, you, sir, get an attaboy. Attaboy. So they put pictures up. You guys check out Kincaid's Twitter or Taylor Acorn's Twitter, and you'll see the whole story unfold and their dinner at Chipotle and how Chipotle did a nice job and they did everything up real nice. So stick curves.
This was a viewer asked question. Stick curves, do they really serve a purpose? Good. It was from
for goaltending or for playing the
for
puck?
us.
Okay.
Just for goalies in general. Yeah, the curves there just mainly so you can play the puck.
That's about all. I mean,
Yeah,
you could
but
play with a
it-
flat stick and it would have the same
but
effect.
as today's goaltender, yeah, but you're not going to be able to clear it down the glass or anything like that.
I mean, you could, but you'd have to have gloves. I think it's what break is that? Where it's sideways. You basically need a Brodeur brake.
Yeah.
Because you almost can't, with a flat blade, you almost can't do the Marty Turco overhand.
Yeah.
You have to do over-under like a regular hockey stick, and you can't whip it. You have to just shoot it.
Yeah.
So that's why the curves on a goalie stick really only serve the purpose of playing the puck, and your curve dictates the loft and the velocity that you get when playing the puck. Ron Hextall had a ridiculous curve. Marty Brodeur had a slight curve, but he had a boxed toe on his blade, so he was really able to get air underneath the puck. And so...
But that was just Justin Rickard was asking about that.
Okay, well, there you go, Just.
He was at I guess just like a big box equipment store.
Right.
And the guy there told him, oh, curves, they don't really do anything anyway.
They serve a purpose. I mean, you could argue that it's also for when you drop into the butterfly, when your stick pushes out in front of you to get your hands out in front of you. It serves as a directing point, as an angle to shoot the puck, to put the puck right up into your chest. Because the curvature would keep the puck in this way. Whereas a flat stick, it could go anywhere.
Also for poke checks, too.
Flat stick's actually better for a poke check.
And if you're face down with your curve, it's a little higher off the ice. It's less likely for the puck to pop over. You're catching it more in the center.
Well, you have to get an angle when you're on the curve side. If your curve side is on the ice, you need to get an angle. You need to come at the puck from a higher attack angle to close that gap that would go under the curve normally.
Okay.
Am I wrong?
No, okay.
Because you're.
It all depends. I don't know what size curve you use. I know for a fact.
If I go totally flat,
lay down flat, and the puck can't fit under it. I know for a fact.
I have a more aggressive curve than you then.
That's what I'm saying.
So I normally, whenever I poke check, I will almost always poke check curve, the back of the curve down instead of the open face of the curve being on the ice.
The more you know.
Absolutely. The more you know. That's why we're here. That's why we're talking about things. So Justin, thank you for your question. And that is the best answer that we can get. I will actually consult a few gear reps that I know from CCM, Vaughn, and Reebok, or Bauer, and see what their opinion of it is. And I'll see if I can get an answer from Warrior as well. What their take on the purpose of a curve, other than playing the puck, is for. I believe it's for playing the puck and then directing shots on the ice up into your chest, and or into the corners. Having a curve on it, though, does minimize the surface area of the stick on the ice when you are playing it at an angle like that.
Yeah.
So if you have a flat blade, the whole blade's on the ice all the time. If you don't have one, then you have a smaller surface area of the blade on the ice, depending on where the angle that you have your stick.
Yeah.
So if you're standing in your normal stance, most of your blade should be on the ice. If you're tweaked back and your hands are out like this and you have the blade out in front of you, it's a smaller, just the inside of the curve will be the part on the ice. And then you can adjust as needed to direct into the corners. So yeah, that's, anything else?
For stick curves?
No, well, yeah, for stick curves if you like, or if you had anything
I'm out
else.
for stick curves. I mean, it's just, I see it as playing the puck, and like you brought up with
Correcting.
ramp the puck into your chest.
So, it's been another eventful, fun show. And again, we encourage you guys, write us, tweet us, Instagram message us, Facebook comments. We're going to start posting stuff up on the Facebook page.
I'll put them up on the thing now. No, yeah, both of all of our social media pages and stuff like that. You'll be able to do something down here.
Another thing that we're going to do
hopefully click on it and get
is we're going to start posting on the Facebook page our individual stuff. So like when we do our post-game brew reviews, interviews with equipment people, anything we do individually, like if we work out with PJ or something and we do exercises, or if we do on-ice drills, things like that, exercises like that, we're going to post them individually.
Yeah, our Facebook page, we got actually more content on it. Right now, it's just kind of a placeholder until we can get.
Right, until we can get all that stuff up. We have an interview with Doug Wager coming up.
Yeah, maybe I'll start putting kitten pictures up.
From Weaselhead Designs, who recently redid me and my son's masks, and may actually be painting a mask for me. So yeah, I like Doug's work, and he's a fantastic.
That wasn't like a what?
He's a huge gearhead.
I mean,
he's
you
like
getting a new mask or what?
I acquired a mask, and I'm gonna have it repadded, and
What's it begin with? What letter?
I believe it's an Eddie mask.
Okay, I think it's a good mask.
But it's a solid mask. I'm gonna have Doug put a chin sling in it, repad it, and put a paint job on it. The original guy I was gonna have do the paint job got super busy with other artwork that he's pursuing.
Get Tim James to powder coat that thing, make it look all nice.
Yeah, it's gonna be a pretty helmet. And next show we are going to do a full segment on the onesie mask. Tentative name. Tentative name.
A whole segment. That's all the segment's going to be about.
No,
Oh,
no,
never
not
mind,
the
a
whole
segment.
show,
Gotcha.
just a segment.
Oh,
So
sorry.
probably going to do about 10,
stupid.
20 minutes on the onesie, the design, the history behind it.
You got test results and all that stuff yet? You the
We
father?
have test results that from our independent study, but we have to send them out to be done by
I didn't know
a
if that
clinical
second stage
engineer,
got done. That's all. Yeah, I
where
know-
they
I
can
know
do
the
everything
individual
in a sterile environment
Yep.
that's devoid of any variables, and see if they can come up with the same answers. You're going to see some shocking results.
Yep.
Shocking
No,
results.
I got a glimpse of some of it. so.
Yeah, stay tuned for that. That is an evolving innovation in the goaltending world. It is going to revolutionize goaltending helmets,
Hopefully.
and I
I know the science is there. I'm just saying, it's
hope that people see the good that it'll come out of it too. We're not guaranteeing things,
aesthetics sometimes get in the way.
but yeah, well, some people are just stuck. It was just like trying
I
to
know.
go from old Jacques Plante and Pelle Lindbergh masks to the new combo cages, the Patrick Wall style, the Ken Reggett combo cages. So we'll see. I kind of hope that it does what it's supposed to do, and I think that it will. I think that it will be a phenomenal improvement for safety and goaltending. And you know what? I wear one, and I love it. And I'm a super traditionalist when it comes to helmets. I love the look of a Bauer 960 or a classic Vaughn helmet. I love those looks. But I was very open to trying it, and I loved it, putting it on, and I love wearing it, and I got an awesome paint job on it. You guys have seen it before. It's the Brodeur helmet sitting in the background sometimes. And we'll go over a lot of that stuff, and the stuff that I can tell you guys, we'll disseminate that information, and the stuff I can't tell you, well, we're going to have to just wait until the independent study comes back out. So, again,
Be patient.
tweet us, Instagram message us, Facebook message us, comment on our stuff, email us, let us know what you guys want to see, what you want to hear. Comment below and let us know what you feel about all the stuff we talked about tonight. If you think our picks for the Stanley Cup are bullshit and why. The stuff that you want to see. If you guys have information, maybe a couple gear reps are watching and they want to give us some insight into stick curvature.
Also, do that thing from earlier. If you just like listening to people shoot the shit about hockey, like podcasts or anything like that, the Shoot and Sauce podcast.
Toss and Sauce podcast.
I thought it was Shoot and Sauce.
I think it's Toss and Sauce. But it is up on the Beer League site. Nick has posted it up. We will post the link to the Toss and Sauce page. I think that's what it is. I believe so. We'll post a link down below in the description section. We're going to start doing that for our shows too. We're going to put a little diatribe underneath so you guys know what to expect in the show and kind of get excited for it. So that's all we have for right now.
Yep.
I got to get home so I can get some sleep before open hockey tomorrow. Yeah. You're finally going to get some R&R.
Nothing better than getting laid off.
Yeah. One of the great things about being a union electrician or a union anything when you're working a lot is the inevitable layoff that comes, and you're able to take advantage of a little bit of free vacation time. So, that being said, thank you guys for watching again. We hope to see you next time. Watch our show, share our show, talk about our show, talk shit about our show. Any press, any attention is good attention. So if you don't like it, let us know why. If you can't give us a good reason, go fuck
If
yourself.
you don't like us, we don't care.
Yeah, that's exactly right. We're Crease Keepers. If you don't like us, we don't care. I'm Brian, BLT Goalie Brian. This is BLT Goalie Jesus. This is Fred. We'll see you guys next time.
Have a good one, guys.